It's Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Today in Putnam County. I'm Shan Stout, and I'm here with my co-host Tessa Davis and a very special guest that we know and love. It is Izzy Davis. Now, I would say no relation, but you guys are related.
We are.
So
we're sister-in-laws.
Yes. So apparently I just really love the Davises here at the Visitors Bureau. Now, Tessa is our Director of Marketing for the Cookeville-Putnam County Visitors Bureau. And Izzy, she is our special guest today. We're going to talk about all things Izzy. Izzy Davis is our hospitality manager for the Visitors Bureau here in Cookeville. And so, Izzy, you didn't start out as a hospitality manager. At the time, you probably didn't know what a hospitality manager was.
I didn't.
You came on board as a part-time sales associate.
Yeah.
So you've been with us, what, going on 4 years?
4 years.
4
yeah.
years. Oh,
Yeah.
feels like yesterday. Maybe it feels like 10 years to you. Who knows? Don't tell me.
No, it's been a wonderful 4 years. I just started out just working at the downtown shop, just folding T-shirts, things like that. Just maintaining the down store, oh my gosh,
Downtown
store. Gosh. Apparently.
And
really
now
tongue-tied.
you are training our new employees.
Yes.
So you have 3 part-time employees. Now I think 4 or 5.
think 4.
We're up to, we've
Yes.
got a 5th one coming on in the
Yeah.
next couple of days.
Yeah.
So you're managing 5 employees.
Yeah, I
and
schedule them and everything.
Yep, payroll.
Yeah,
I
payroll.
mean, the whole thing. So, Izzy, you're very young to be adulting this hard, but we're so proud to have you on our team.
Thank you.
And today we're going to be talking about your new role as hospitality manager and what's happening at both the Welcome Center and the downtown shop. Now, for those of you that may not be aware, I can't imagine that you don't know by now, but the Visitors Bureau is in charge of the Cookeville Visitor Shop downtown, which is across from the Cookeville Depot, next door to Cream City Ice Cream, and it's on Broad Street. So most of you are familiar that was our original
OG.
Welcome Center. It was the OG,
was the OG.
for our visitors. So this shop was new when I came on board. And so now the new kid on the block is the Convention Center with the Jessica Rector Clark Welcome Center inside the Convention Center. So that space is a little different from our visitor shop, but it contains all of the same visitor and area information, maps, and all of that. But this particular space, we call it's being held for the pedestrians, and that's kind of our inside joke. We don't call them that to their face, but we have 3 interstate billboards that are driving travelers to the convention center to get off and visit the Welcome Center, use our clean restrooms, and get area information, and hopefully plan or expand their trip to Putnam County. So your job is not only to greet these people that are coming through the door of the Welcome Center, but educate them on things to do. And you have had 4 years of training on that one. You came to us already with a go-getter friendly attitude, but now you are very knowledgeable. What would you say, when families and individuals are coming into the Welcome Center, what would you say is your most asked question as far as places to visit? What information do people want?
Well, of course, we're known mostly for our waterfalls. So usually they ask me waterfalls that I would suggest waterfalls that maybe their whole family can go on, maybe more strenuous waterfalls. So usually I point them to our state park maps that has all of our waterfalls in it. And then whenever we got our waterfalls for all pamphlet, I'll usually give them that because that gives also just a wide variety of waterfalls that anyone can go and visit. So that's my most asked question. Other than that, I drive them to the downtown area where all of our boutiques, small businesses, restaurants, I give them just a whole list of just things to go see and do. And then I talk their ear off because I love talking. So by the end of it, they're itching to get out of there so that they can go and do all the things I told them to go do. But I love it. I love talking to people and getting to meet our community, getting to meet people from far and wide. I've met people from Germany, China, Australia. Like it's
There
all
was
over
the group of 18 from Belgium
yes,
that came in.
it's just incredible. And then I look at them and I'm like, you're here? Like you're in Cookeville? Like that's so incredible, but why? And so then I get to find out kind of their story and get to know them, and so it's really sweet.
Well, and I love the fact that, we'll see groups, sometimes large groups, these families that are communally traveling in this extended family group, and sometimes friend groups that are traveling, and they learn so much coming in the Welcome Center that they decide to navigate their vacation a little differently. They're like, oh, we didn't know, so let's add that to our itinerary, or let's adjust our itinerary so it suits our group a little better. Yeah. And you're really good at that because you do ask all the questions. What are you here for? Yeah. What are you planning to do? Yeah. Who all's in your group? What are the ages? Yeah. And that's important because you help to curate when people don't know everything. Sometimes they come for one reason, like, oh, I saw this and I want to go to Burgess Falls, right? And then you're like, well, while you're here, it may rain on Thursday. You may want to go downtown and you may want to spend that day and it could look like this. So the best thing I think about the Visitors Bureau, we're all pro small business. Oh, yes. So our restaurants and our small businesses are the heart of tourism for us because we want people, it's great that people come and they visit our waterfalls. But there's no sales and lodging tax that happens. Nothing is for sale at that waterfall. Yeah. And so it doesn't impact that economic driver for our community unless that visitor then in turn, they have to eat somewhere. They have, they want to go get coffee, but they may not know where to go, right? So we're trying to navigate and then say they need souvenirs or it is going to rain on Thursday and they've only packed summer clothes and they might need a sweatshirt, right? We're helping.
Which has actually happened before.
Oh, it happens all the time. That is, to me, the number one reason people buy a sweatshirt is because they pack all tank tops because they're planning to hike these waterfalls. Yes. And then they're like, we're freezing because it rained. It is colder in the morning than we thought it was going to be. So just navigating what that vacation looks like for a traveler. And then oftentimes the new convention center, the Welcome Center there, what we've seen is they're getting off the interstate and maybe they've never been to Cookeville before, but they're stopping and then they go, oh, I had no idea you guys had this going on here. I didn't know this was, the land of waterfalls, basically. And all of these state parks, we are blessed with so many natural assets. And then when we start talking to them, I will listen to you. Not that I'm eavesdropping, Izzy, but I listen to you talk to these visitors, and they want to know, well, what's different about our downtown, right? Because you're talking about these shops, but I mean, don't you agree? We have one of the most unique and diverse downtowns
for sure.
of anywhere around.
It's incredible. I mean, the fact that we have like a plant store and then like a bookstore like right across from each other, it's incredible. And even when people come into my shop and they're looking for something and I just don't have it, I'll like immediately be like, okay, well, Broadway Boutique might have it, Glass Tangerine might have it. Like I'm immediately like, okay, what around here can help them? Because like I want to drive them to our local businesses, and I just want to like help. We're helpful. Like we just want to help other people and help the customer find what they need. So yeah, it's
well,
awesome.
And you participate and partner with the things that are happening in the downtown businesses. The Chocolate Festival.
Yes.
Jamie's Eats and Sweets. Jamie decided, we're going to do a chocolate festival, maybe 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And it went really, really well.
It's awesome.
So supporting all of those sort of events. And then Crawdaddy's, historic Crawdaddy's downtown. That is a restaurant to where, you can eat. I've never seen a restaurant that has more ways to eat your meal, because they have the outdoor courtyard, they have the upstairs deck dining, they have the downstairs kind of a traditional vibe,
and then they
different. And then they have the upstairs that kind of a New Orleans loft situation, and so it's kind of moody. So you can, no matter what your personality is, you can find a way to eat that makes you feel like you've been to 4 different restaurants when you go 4 different times and eat in 4 different spaces there. So I love that. Same thing with Savor. You know, they have their new dining experience, and the indoor versus the outdoor is completely different. You think you're in a different space.
Yeah.
And I think that the businesses, just like our county and city government, the businesses play well together. It's almost like they're not in competition with each other. They're all supporting each other because they know, you know, when somebody walks through Plenty Bookshop's door and they start looking at books, they're immediately wanting a cup of coffee because people automatically kind of partner in their mind. You know, they'll drink a cup of coffee and read a good book. And so everything kind of builds on everything else. But it's a wonderful experience, and you're part of that.
Yeah.
Because people, I mean, you, Izzy, I don't know if you are aware of your Google review, but you have a 5-star Google rating on you as an employee. And so you have become the face of the Welcome Center and the Visitor Shop. And there's few people that can say they have a 5-star rating, Izzy.
It's all because of you guys. I wouldn't be here without you guys. So it's all thanks to you.
Well, we're really, really blessed to have you. And Tessa, you work closely with Izzy on a regular basis.
Okay, nothing too bad now.
Time to spill the tea.
Nothing too bad. Come on, be nice. Be nice.
The relationship that first off my staff have, because we've got a lot of people working for us at the Visitors Bureau. The number one thing you have to be is friendly and good-natured, but sometimes that good nature gets a little out of hand because I have to wrangle you guys in on a regular
It can be
basis.
a little much sometimes.
No, we're angels. We're angels to work with.
Yeah, they prank each other on a regular basis.
I don't. Can I say that? I don't. It's this one. She loves to scare me, and I'm so. I scream.
Are you gullible, Izzy?
Everyone, yes, I'm a little gullible, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows it, but.
And you also believe that a cricket can live in the back stock room for like 6 months.
She planted a little cricket in the stock room, and I thought this cricket was like alive for so long, and it wasn't. It was just a little toy that was going off every so often. But yeah,
We have a lot of fun. You have to have,
Me too.
You have to have fun while you work.
You
do.
to. Not a lot of people can say that.
Well, we do have a lot of fun. We've got a job that I think if we didn't have fun, we would be a little overwhelmed because the Visitors Bureau, people often don't understand the umbrella that is covering our role. But we are tasked to inspire inspire visitors from fly and drive markets. So that means people that are driving here from other states, people that are flying here from other states or flying here from other countries. We are tasked to help entice them to come specifically to Putnam County and stay as long as possible, spend their sales tax and their lodging dollars, and then fly or drive back home. And so we're not tasked to try to inspire people to live here. So some people think that that's part of our job, but we literally, that is not part of any of our models, right? We want you to go back home. We want you to spend your sales and lodging tax here because that provides a wonderful tax relief to Putnam County residents. So the better we do our job, the lower our taxes are. So pro-tourism is a real thing because that, I mean, you know, at the end of the year, I always tell people, if the Visitors Bureau gave you a check in the mail every December for $569, which is what ours, on average, what we're saving every single household, you would love us. But that's actually what we're doing. Because if it were not for the visitors that are coming to Putnam County, we would have to pay, and on average, $569, $68, $69, depending on the year, per household, more in property taxes. So I think that is a wonderful incentive for us to do a good job because we're helping our friends and neighbors. And it makes me very, very proud. But also, we're not trying to trick visitors into coming. We have so much to offer them.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, Izzy, part of your journey, you know, you see repeat visitors, which to me is the biggest compliment.
Yeah.
So you have people that come for the first time and you help them, and then oftentimes they'll come in and say, we took your advice and we just wanted to say bye before we leave.
It's so sweet. Like I've literally had people like come and then go back home, like come back and be like, we talked to you the last time, like you were so helpful, like we love it here, we came back, like, and that's just so encouraging to hear. And I love like getting to hear like their feedback on how they loved Cookeville. But it's so sweet.
And then they want to know what else they can try.
Yeah, exactly. And then I give them more. I'm like, okay, well, if you didn't do this, like you gotta go do this now. And so it's sweet.
So that's one part of the Visitors Bureau, but we also have a separate part that is supporting our Airbnbs and our hotels. So all of our hospitality partners supporting our local restaurants. And also a big deal to that is that we work in sports tourism. And Tessa, that's a part of your job that is both challenging and exciting because it starts about mid-March. Our sports tourism is mid-March to Halloween, but this year I think it went into the first week of November.
Yeah.
So it's a very long season. There's more sports going on for a longer span of time than most people are aware of because most people are like into one sport or another, but they don't think about the whole footprint of sports tourism. But the sports tourism piece is bringing in thousands of people a weekend.
Yeah.
And so we apologize. The restaurants love sports tourism because the restaurants are slammed. But the locals are like, man, where did all these athletes come from? Because it's bogging down the restaurants all at one time. Because you know how tournaments are. All the teams are finished at the same time, and then they just flood the restaurants everywhere. And we're so sorry. We're so sorry.
And they like to go to local restaurants because I have kids that are in cheer, football, and anytime we travel, like I don't want to go somewhere that I can get at home. And I don't want to go to a chain.
Yeah.
So I go somewhere local. So I think that's why a lot of the parents and the families do when they come here. They're like, okay, we don't want to go through a drive-through. We don't want to go through a chain. Where are the local restaurants? So that's why it's really busy during the weekends during the summer because everyone's flocking to the local restaurants.
And like some of these people use this as like their vacation. Like, oh, we have to go do a sports tournament. Let's go a couple of days early and go like visit Cookeville and like see what they have to offer. And so like it's just really cool.
Well, speaking of really cool, when we come back, we're going to talk about some wonderful things happening at the Convention Center. And all that and more with Today in Putnam County. I'm Shan Stout, and we will see you right after this break.
We're back with Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout.
Welcome back to Today in Putnam County. I'm Shan Stout, and if you're just now joining us, I'm here with my co-host Tessa Davis and another Davis with the team, Izzy Davis. She is our hospitality manager for the Cookeville-Putnam County Visitors Bureau, and you manage both the visitor shop downtown and the welcome center at the new Putnam County Convention Center. So we promised, we've been talking about all things visitors, the visitor experience, the fact that our visitors provide a tax relief to Putnam County residents, so the more they spend, the less we have to spend on our property taxes, which is a win-win. But now we're going to talk about all the things coming up at the Convention Center. So not only all things events, but the growth plan. So speaking of events, right out of the gate in March, we have a recurring event. So Tessa, you want to tell us about some events that we might want to mark our calendar for?
Yeah, definitely. You want to check out Statement. That is March the 2nd through the 7th. And if you love shopping, this is a great event. Last year, I did so much shopping.
Oh, too much.
Not for myself, but for my
good.
daughters, because they have all the big brands that your teens will love. I maybe bought myself one thing, but they have a large option of really nice designer clothes, shoes, bags,
sweaters,
jewelry, dresses. I
everything.
mean, anything that you can imagine, they have there, and the prices are great.
Oh, yes. It is a high-end consignment sale, very well run, thousands of items. I think they actually said they had 34 or 36,000 items at the end.
That sounds about right.
When
It was
they
their
checked
largest
in.
one.
Yeah. It was phenomenal. The Convention Center ballroom was just edge to edge, packed full of high-end merchandise, and it was really great buys. I also shopped for my daughter as well, but I bought a whole lot of stuff for myself. There was not a one-item checklist.
I think anytime I would go in there to take pictures or video for social media, you had more stuff.
Oh, it was a dangerous week for me. I mean, when a very nice, high-quality consignment sale comes to your office for a solid week, you know you're in
It's
trouble.
dangerous.
And it was a little mean because I was at the downtown shop. So
Yes, but think of all the money you saved,
that
Izzy.
is true. That is
But
true.
you'll be there this year.
I'll be there this year. So
Condolences. Start
I'll
saving.
post a haul.
Yeah, start saving now.
Well, that is again March 2nd through the 7th, and you can check that out on social media. And they have, just so many consigners. You can volunteer to work the sale if you're a consigner, and you get an extra percentage off. It's just that there's an early bird sale that happens like the night before. Just a lot of things. That's a lot of fun. And then speaking of something that is a lot of fun, but very, very important, Cookeville Communications is doing a prom donation event. And so this means you can donate your gently used prom dresses, and that's going to be March 20th and 21st. So the actual event is on the 21st. I think donations open up for the 20th. You will bring your gently used prom gowns, and I'm not sure if they're doing shoes or anything like that. I think it's just the dresses. But think of if you could not afford to get your daughter a prom dress and she wanted to go to prom. You know, being able to give these girls an opportunity and the dignity to have a nice gown, and, you know, because you chose to donate out of your surplus, you know. And so it just, you know, I promise what you lose and what you could have gotten monetarily, you will gain in that warm, fuzzy feeling of doing something really, really, really good. I remember years ago when I was maybe 14 or 15, my dad had lost his job for a blip of time. And, you know, as a child, you feel the pressure of not wanting to ask for things that normally would be provided to you. And so, you know, just knowing what that felt like, and to know that if someone would have been able to fill in that gap, right? It matters. It matters in a big way. And this is going to take everyone pitching in together and giving from what they already have hanging in their closet, going to no good use, because we know we're not going to go to prom in the same dress 2 years in a row. It's just not a thing. And so, you know, put those dresses to good use and donate. So you can go on our Facebook page, and I'm sure that they've already got it posted across all of Cookeville Communications stations and on their website. So check that out, donate, give back, do something good, and spread the word. Because if you're a person, say you're a grandma and you don't have access to any prom dresses, but you know you have 2 daughters that have, you know, older children, just spread the word that this is happening and put that on your calendar. And if you're in need, check that out, because this is what this is here for, is to help you if you need it. We want these dresses to go to girls that, you know, may not be able to get a nice dress otherwise. And so thank you to everyone that's already getting their stuff together to donate. And for those of you that haven't yet, I thank you in advance. Now, let's talk about the convention center. We have an 8,000 square foot ballroom there. All these events are happening. We're almost booked every single Saturday. I think we have 2 weekends left in the entirety of 2026. And that's all that is available. And I think we have one thing that's pending on one of those dates. So almost booked all 52 weekends for the year. And that is the vision that the commissioners and the county and city mayor, you know, what they had for their mind, their vision for this space is already happening. I think it was maybe their 5-year plan, and now we're in just starting the 2nd year, and the things they wanted to see happen are already happening. So we have some day events and training, some weekdays that are available. Almost all of the weekends are full, but the new Expo Center is coming. So there's going to be more dates available, and we're booking out the Expo Center. So in comparison, imagine the size of, say, a Dollar General, and then imagine the world's biggest Walmart that you've ever seen. That's what it's going to be like with the convention center being the 8,000 square foot ballroom, and the Expo Center right next door being 70,000 square feet. So we literally are working in the smallest building on the fairgrounds because the Expo Center is coming, and it's going to be monstrous. And we're already booking major national conventions, events, expos. And let's not forget the parking spaces. What I love about, we talked earlier in the show about the footprint of tourism and that it provides a necessary tax relief for Putnam County residents that we're so grateful for. Well, imagine what this expo center is going to be able to do in bolstering those numbers. So our taxes are going to go down even more. We're going to save more money on our taxes for Putnam County residents while that expo center is generating tens of thousands of people in a weekend for these massive events that are coming. We have 2 new barns that are almost completed on the fairgrounds, and it is the new Putnam County Fairgrounds. So yes, the fair is coming. The fair is coming for the 100th year at the new Putnam County Fairgrounds for 2026. So that is right around the corner. We're making all the preparations for it. And just bear with us because remember, it's a new footprint for the fairgrounds. And so the fair board is having to learn where everything's supposed to be in a new, layout of the land. All the buildings have to be utilized in a different way. And so the old fair that we love is going to be the new fair that we will love. But it takes a minute. It's like buying a new pair of shoes. You love your old shoes. They're so comfy, but they've seen better days. And it's time to get a new pair of shoes, but you really just don't want to break them in. We're in that point. This year is going to be the breaking in the new fairgrounds year. So just have some grace with everyone involved because we're all working really hard to make it special and to also honor the old fairgrounds. So we have some things that are coming up. So listen to us over the coming weeks because there's going to be a few ways that we're honoring the old fairgrounds before we completely say goodbye and then, usher in the new fairgrounds. So all the new things happening.
It may not be your first rodeo, but it is ours. So bear with us.
Oh, she's making fair puns. Izzy's getting cocky on the podcast.
You have no idea how long that was living in my brain.
Yeah, we've fallen off the rails now. Well, I don't even have a pun for that. I don't even know what to say. I am having a great time, though, with the growth. I mean, it's challenging. We work very, very hard. We do have a good time doing our job. But there's a whole lot of balls we're juggling in the air at all times, right? I want to take a minute to not only thank County Mayor Randy Porter for his support of the Visitors Bureau and all the things we're doing for tourism, but also Mayor Lauren Wheaton and, of course, our city mayor. They raised additional funding for us to be able to do things like bring in more sports tournaments and be able to market to these visitors that are coming and be able to have a billboard on I-40 and all the different things. Everyone working together to support this footprint of work. And then, of course, our visitor shop and our welcome center are bringing in their own channel of revenue, and 100% of anything that we bring in goes back out to support tourism and, again, keeping our taxes low in Putnam County to make this an affordable place to live. Because, that's a big deal. I mean, every single day we want to think about how this impacts the residents. So, Tessa, let's talk to you for just a minute about the type of visitors we're trying to recruit. We're not trying to bring in the masses of people that'll come in and destroy our state parks and trash our downtown. And, we're not just trying to say, everybody come. We're trying to target our visitor.
Yeah, I mean, we want people to come in that's going to take care of Cookeville and take care of our parks and our natural areas. So whenever I do our social media post, anytime we do boosting, we try to boost towards the demographic. Now I'm stuttering, Izzy.
Sorry, it's contagious.
Of going to Asheville, because a lot of people here lately have refer to us as a smaller Asheville because we have the arts district, we have the restaurants, we have the shopping. Those kind of people appreciate what we have. And then right now, the weather is cold. It's not a great time to go hiking. So right now, it's a lot of people that are retired. They are coming with their grandkids or they're coming in their RVs and doing some lounging downtown, going shopping. So those people appreciate what we have. Then in the summer, of course, we have the younger demographic, like you, Izzy, that come for the hiking and the swimming. But they also do appreciate what we have because they're coming with their parents. And the parents are the ones who have the pocketbooks to spend the money here to help bring our taxes down lower. So we're very strategic about who we market to and who we bring here.
Well, and it's working. I would like to say a special thank you to the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, who has been also sending us environmentally conscious international travelers. And this is a great group of people. They not only spend a lot of money, they're staying a long time, and they're bringing large groups, anywhere between 10 and 20 people in their international groups that are coming together. They stay for usually 2 weeks at the minimum, and then they also have a very deep respect for the environment. So this is a high-end traveler that is also respecting our spaces and leaving them the way nature had them in the first place. So we appreciate that. For those of you that have stayed with us for the whole haul of this podcast, thank you for joining us. And for those of you that are listening to us maybe for the first time, please tune in every single week. We'll be right here. You are listening to Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout, my co-host Tessa Davis, and thank you to our special guest Izzy Davis today. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
This has been Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout.